Kahiga is set to address the county assembly to enlighten them on measures his government has taken to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Now, the address is the first by a governor to brief the county assembly. Let's link up with our reporter, Ibrahim Karanja, for more details. Ibrahim Karanja, what do you expect from that press briefing? Because this afternoon, you also expect another press briefing by the Council of Governors.
Well, good morning, Brenda. Indeed, this is the first address by any governor of the 47 governors across the country to the county assembly in regards to matters, the outbreak of the coronavirus and the measures taken by county governments. Nyeri coming in as actually playing from the first step. We saw yesterday the raft of measures taken by the county government. Today, Governor Mutahi Kahiga expected to address the 44-member county assembly here in Nyeri to just get to highlight those issues that he and his government is putting in place to ensure they prevent the spread of the disease. And in regards to this particular address, yesterday we received a circular from the County Assembly Speaker, John Kagushia, on the measures taken. Actually, this will be a sort of a different or a unique type of address to the House from the governor, given that it won't be the same as the ones we've seen previously. Among the issues that the Speaker has actually put up in place is that every person entering the assembly premises shall be issued with masks and have their temperature taken and hands sanitized. That is something that is actually happening at the gate of the Nyeri County Assembly. Secondly, that members and guests in the assembly shall observe the guidelines around social distancing, maintaining a distance of at least 1 meter. That is what was happening behind me with the members of the county assembly who are actually already here. And another guideline issued by Speaker John Kagushia is that members of the public will not be allowed into the county assembly or the public gallery. Instead, they will stay at home, and if at all, any information that will be coming from the governor will be relayed to the members of the public through the media, and only the media is allowed to access the press gallery. And the governor's entourage, it is only the governor and his aide de camp, that is a statement from the speaker, which I take to be the personal assistant, who will be able to access the county, the chambers actually. All other people in the governor's entourage will be following this particular address from the public gallery. So just to minimize the number of people who will be here at the assembly. And briefly, I want to engage members of the county assembly who are here to get to hear their expectations. We spoke to the governor yesterday, and the members of the county assembly who are today expecting that address, we want to hear perhaps their concerns and their expectations from the governor in terms of the measures the county government is taking to curb this issue of coronavirus. And I'll start with Konyu Ward MCA, the Honorable Wamombi. Wamombi, briefly, we have very few seconds because we have a short time. What is your expectations, even as you look at the camera, what is your expectations from the governor's address today in regards to coronavirus and its outbreak?
Of course, first of all is to thank the governor of Nyeri, His Excellency Governor Mutahi Kahiga, for the measures he has taken to make sure that the Nyeri people are protected from the COVID-19, because there's a pandemic that has attacked the world, the country, and we must be prepared to make sure that our people are safe. First of all, the measures that the county government led by our able governor has taken to make sure that our people are safe is commendable. We have seen markets being connected with running water, and that's what we are being advised, to make sure that our people are washing their hands with running water and soap. 90% of our markets right now are connected with running water to make sure that our people are safe. Then the directive that we are given by the governor to make sure that all matatu commuters, all stages have sanitizers to make sure that our people wash hands, because the directive are that if we keep on washing hands and keeping safe, we are going to minimize the spread of COVID-19. So today we are expecting the governor to give the coronavirus state of address in our county assembly, which is a good thing, just to sensitize our people on what we are supposed to do moving forward, because the WHO has advised we keep on sensitizing our people on what to do, and that is what we are doing currently.
Thank you, thank you. Let us make the comments brief. Mheshimiwa Ndagita, representing Kirimokoyo Ward. There is a sense of panic across the country and across the globe, and as a leader, what we actually need for our people right now is hope, a sense of hope, even as we curb the spread of the virus. Perhaps, what do you think should happen, especially in Nyeri, to prevent a further spread, or a spread, because so far we don't have a case reported?
I think we expect the governor to actually inform us on how we are ready, especially in terms of isolation at Mount Kenya Hospital. And I also expect the governor to authorize the emergency fund that is actually enshrined in the Constitution, whereby if there are people who don't have these sanitizers, the government can be able to provide for them. And also, those people who are supposed to take care of these people who are maybe suspected to have come across people who are contaminated, they have to be given protective gears so that they're able to protect the further spread of this virus. I also expect the governor to intensify and inform members of the public that they need to take upon themselves and actually prevent themselves. If we have kids at home, let us maintain them at home. Let us not move around a lot, because we need to protect these kids because they are not aware of what is happening.
Mheshimiwa, thank you. Mheshimiwa Kiruga, County Assembly, we've seen a section of, or a number of county assemblies actually suspending sittings. We saw Nairobi do that. Perhaps do you think it's the right time or the right thing for the Speaker and the House leadership and all, actually the County Assemblies Forum in the country to consider this move?
Thank you very much. First, I would like to thank our governor for the efforts he is leading in this county. Then, you know, now when a crisis comes and you close down the assembly, you are running away from the problem and you are expected to come up with solutions to your people. So I want to congratulate our assembly because we've decided first to stay here. We join the governor. We come up with measures of mitigating this menace towards our people. Now, there is one thing I would like to see in Nyeri County. For example, Nyeri County, most of the water bodies that runs water, yes, you know, they are run by the county government. So I would want to see reconnection of all the water. In fact, we should suspend water bills for the next 60 days to our people, even in the villages, because you see, cleanliness is one of the things that are being advocated for fighting this disease. You see,
suspension of bills is what you're calling for, especially water bills.
Yes, and also there is this matter of, like you saw, the government was saying we are ready in Bagathi, but when the disease came, the nurses were saying we are not trained. We want to see the personnel being trained, as well as also we have the protective gear.
Thank you, Mhesh. Allow me, because we really are strained for time. Mhesh, make it brief. We have seen the governor take efforts to make sure that we don't have the outbreak of the disease here. So far, we don't have a case. Perhaps, what do you think as a member of the county assembly? How can county governments, and especially the county assembly, in terms of budgetary allocation, perhaps you need to reconsider some of the allocations to just make sure that we fight this outbreak?
One thing, let me congratulate the governor of Nyeri, His Excellency Mutahi Kahiga. And I tell you, we are going to work as a team, we are going to communicate, and we are going to make it, because it will be necessary. Let's communicate to our people, let's make awareness, and if you do teamwork, because we need to work as a team, we are going to make it, and we are going to follow instructions, and we are going to make this thing.
Thank you so much. Mheshimiwa, 30 seconds briefly, your comments on coronavirus across the country, and also what measures the county government should take.
Thank you very much. I first of all want to thank our governor for the quick measure that he has taken in coronavirus. The awareness that he has put to the people, but more is still expected that people in the world should actually be given more information, and especially in hygiene, because hygiene is one of the very critical. The kind of the detergent, the using of the soap is very, very key. We would wish if the water that the places without water, where the water has been disconnected, to be reconnected without any query, so that at least these people are able to get enough water to do the
reconnection of water, Brenda, seems to be the main concern of the members of the county assembly here, calling on the governor, or actually the county government and the water service providers from across the county to, according to what Chinga Ward MCA Kiruga Dhuku said, to even suspend water bills for the next 60 days to ensure that our people have water, they are able to wash their hands and be able just to take the few steps, the basic steps of preventing a further spread. If I have 30 seconds, there is a member who is also a medical expert, has been in the medical field. That is the Honorable Anne Caroline Muthoni. And very briefly, 30 seconds, the measures taken, even as you look at the camera, the measures taken by the county government so far and the country so far, do you think they are enough? And what else would you suggest as a medical personnel? What should be done to ensure that we don't have a further outbreak of the disease?
Thank you, Ibrahim. First things first, what I think the government should do, which have not done yet, is to educate people on how they need water and soap. That is all you require. That's the first thing, from the household all the way up to all the matatu stages, everywhere that people actually, there's a lot of traffic. Let people get water and soap. That is a basic, and everybody can afford that. Okay, that is a basic. Number two is now let them get us the protective gears. Let them get the masks. Okay, and the sanitizers are not as effective as water and soap. That is the bottom line, and that is what each and every Kenyan should learn. And even that Mama Boga and everywhere else, everywhere. Kutoka soko from the markets, from the markets to all the shops, every shopkeeper should put water and soap outside their premises where they clean up, they get in and get out, and that is how we're going to prevent the coronavirus from getting to us.
Thank you. It would be unfair if I left only one member who's here, Mheshimiwa Kafadha. I know we are running out of time. I don't want any other members, please, members. Briefly, your comment on coronavirus and the preparation that the county government is taking, especially in curbing the spread of the virus, and also what the national government is doing. What do you feel as an elected member?
First, I want to appreciate the governor, the measures he has tried to take, but I would also want to urge the county government to stop our activities of money, and actually all the money should be diverted to the people so that water and the sanitation are provided, so that we can be able now to curb and stop the spread of this disease.
Thank you. Thank you. And perhaps a concern that we'll get to talk to the members later on about is also the economic breakdown that is happening in the country. Remember, with companies closed and all this, our people actually do not have money. They are saying that actually most of them have had to stay at home. What is the way forward in terms of ensuring that people actually survive? These are things we expect perhaps the county governor to address here in the county, and also later in our subsequent bulletin in Leo Mashinani, get to give the members of the county assembly time to address these issues. But remember, Brenda, COVID-19 is not a death sentence. Actually, statistics have it that the biggest percentage of those infected actually get healed from this particular virus. So it is not a death sentence. It is something that the country will curb, and it is something that the country will overcome. Brenda.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim Karanja. I'm sure you'll give us that live coverage of the press briefing that we're expecting from Nyeri Governor Mutahi